Jorge from Money Market Management, and now I'm going to talk about budgeting. Okay, make sure you sit down and create a monthly budget. Make sure how much money you're making each month, or depending how much you get paid, right? So if you get paid weekly, make sure you're doing a plan for the payment. Sometimes you get paid bills that are month or etc. So whatever you spend, make sure you actually have the money and make sure you can save it as well. And then I'm going to talk about spenders and savers. Can be intimidated, but it needs to be done. Gives you control of your money. So basically, if you know how much you're spending and you know that you can make sure that you can save the money, so we can make sure that you're actually making a good budgeting and making sure that you're actually saving money for probably on the long term. Then do it every other month. Now I'm going to talk about goal. So in goal, make sure you always do income minus expenses equals zero. Make sure that your expenses are always low and make sure you have high income. And sometimes it is good if it is zero, but make sure that you're actually not making negative digits or going above that, because then basically it's gonna bring you up to bankruptcy and all that stuff. And well, as a college student and all that, and in the long term, you don't want that. Figure out always where every single dollar is going. Every dollar is good. Is a good app. Every dollar is a good app for this. Or also you can use paper or Excel. Also works. In Excel, you can do just calculations as the income, expenses, budgeting, how much you want to make, and all that stuff. So it's pretty simple. And there are like classes that you can take if you don't know how to use Excel. But basically, it would be really highly recommended if you actually want to start saving money for the long term. Example budget will be like uh, example budget will be like 10% savings. So in this case, you will be saving, let's just say in this case 10%, and then figure out how your balances goes. Like you probably can save more, probably can save less, but you can start from there, and it would be the first step for this. Second step will be house and utilities. Depends on the area, but you should be spending around 1,500 national average. That just depends where you live. Some people, let's say in California, they pay more in rent and all that stuff. So it depends where you live, but you want to make sure that you're actually making good income so you can make sure you actually try and save money on those expenses as well. And then step three will be transportation. For example, insurance, gas, maintenance, and etc. Let's say it would be like 300, depends how your credit is. So that's why you should try to build as well. Credit is really important. So make sure you actually trying to have a good credit too. Step four will be food. Will be groceries, going out to eat, and plan before you actually go out and eat with your friends or family members, whatever it goes. Every time you actually have to spend time with your friends or anywhere else you go, you have to spend on food. So that's one of the basics stuff that you actually have to think when you are doing budgeting. Also, make sure if you have a debt, make sure you always attempt to pay off debt before you pay for anything after this. Make sure you are paying your debt, because if not, it's going to go higher and higher, and then it's going to make it harder for you. Then step six will be miscellaneous. It's things you can plan for. Maybe let's say it's $100, $300. And then step 7, recreation, like personal, depends on person budget adequately. But let's say you want to do some fun stuff, you want to go out, you want to do something else. Make sure you actually make a budget before you go out and try not to spend more money than you can afford. So make sure you actually are trying to save. If you can, then I would say just stay at home. Then our going forward plan. Review bank statements and determine where exactly all money is going. Make sure you actually are meeting all these requirements. So you're paying, for example, as we say before, house utilities, transportation, food, and now we can say even cell phones are, even cell phones can be one of them. And then realize that saving is more harder than spending. So make sure that if you have the money, make sure you don't go and spend it all in one time and then don't have the rest for later on. So make sure you're actually considering what you're buying, and always sometimes it's better to go with the cheapest option. And then at the end, analyze all bad spending habits you might have and the impact they're going to have over a lifetime. Thank you so much for watching this. And this is Jorge from Money Market Management. Thank you so much.